Not much to go for the champs.
Coming off the edge, gets after Hamilton. David Clark gets in there. He beat Mark Bagway. Clark will get his first touchdown of the game, and the BIC down 6-0 with 9:33 left to go in the first.
Just a simple fade route to David Clark. Gets the inside step, outside release on Mark Bagway, and Mark Bagway is one of the best athletes.
It looks like this might have been brought back. We'll see what the call is.
Well, I'll just talk about what we know. Olay was in there.
Oh, is he in bounds? Oh, he's in.
He's well in. He was wide open, and the ball was placed exactly where it needs to be. Himothy, Davick, 4-9 or under, can stay on the sideline for this one.
Thick boy season in the A7FL. Codrington will hand it off to Robinson, and Trey Robinson will push through the pile, and the former Insomniacs, looking to put the former champions to sleep, makes it 6-0.
And you can see the animosity between everybody involved, but the first 90% of that play, the Insomniacs won it. But the heart of their former player and Trey Robinson pushing past the goal line is what ended up leading to a score. And we
the
see
ice cream truck and the energy here in the dome can be cut with a machete, Corey Hammond.
Yeah, and everybody there wanted nothing to do with allowing the other one's will to prevail. That time Trey Robinson's will prevailed, and everybody wanted to get in on the shoving match. His first opportunity against BIC since breaking their hearts approximately 365 days ago.
Scan the QR. Oh, never mind. Go to tpg-sports.com. That's tpg-sports.com. Where it's always effort over excuses. And now the effort instead of an excuse on the 3-on-1 turn for the defending national champion. Cohen tries to get it on the stop. That is number 23. That is Danye Lyons. Danye Lyons off to the races. Slide. Take it to the house.
And that initial missed tackle from Trey Cohen, Dwan Williams trying to play safety, a position that he knows how to play, but he doesn't have the speed. And as soon as Danye Lyons turns on the Jets, this shorter field, it turns against BIC and in favor for the Insomniacs, going up 14-6. 6:23 left in the first.
But that also gets that BIC defense, that BIC offense back on the field, and that Insomniacs defense, who had to deal with the running game back out there, Corey. It is 14-6. We are barely out of the 8-minute mark. We're barely into the 8-minute mark here in our first quarter, and we have seen 3 scores, and Danye Lyons blowing a kiss, throwing up the deuce, and saying Baba Booey.
Back
touchdown
to
Insomniacs.
back against BIC just in separate years. 3rd and 5 from about the 6-yard line.
And we are with 4:20 left to go. Courage Mosey. Codrington keeps it. Kason Campbell. Touchdown. BIC. Oh!
And Kason Campbell gets in Will Carswell's face, but really it's the throw, because the play action freezes the middle of the defense, and that cross route, which has always been open for Kason Campbell, is this time completed by Sterry Codrington. All he has to do is just make sure he keeps his eyes downfield, puts the ball in front of his receiver, and Kason just holds on to it for dear life. And if BIC can get the 2 here, it's a tie ball game here at Jackson, New Jersey.
With no one behind him, Bagway in motion, 4th and goal. The throw to Campbell, and Kason Campbell will give the Trenton BIC their first lead, 18-14. And now, championship points, Corey. We've called them that these last few years because, as Big Rob Fabian said, they matter in championship games. They need right here, right now, to get at least 1 extra point on the board.
And it's a simple concept. Mark Bagway went in motion, almost forced the defensive ends to freeze, because it could have been a crackback and a run by Sterry Codrington. But
Hamilton on the screen. Matt Riddick covering David Clark, the break, and David Clark screens down the sideline. He will have no one catching him, and just like that, unlike Jay Diaz, we want to see this one again. 20-18, Insomniacs lifting them up to where they think they belong. A 6-point lead over the BIC.
And that's Clark's 2nd touchdown of the day. Exactly the opposite concept. This time, get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front. Eric Schubert there seals it. I think that's Schwank out there on Kells. And I believe that's the nightmare, Kenny Mack, getting out to the 3rd level on H3 Frazier. And that subtle push gives David Clark, with his speed and athleticism, enough of a seam to turn that real quick to goal line, 3rd and goal.
The handoff, Campbell just too fast in the BIC with 22 seconds left. Cross the Rubicon one more time and take back the lead, but it's still only 4 points.
Unintended consequences of the stops on 1st and 2nd and goal. The clock evaporates away and gives BIC the lead that they needed.
The snap by Hamilton could be the last play of that half, and the up-top God brings it down with 1 second left.
And that's Carswell, who for the past 3 weeks has been able to say whatever he wants to whoever he wants, whether it's a camera, whether it's a fan, whether it's just a bystander catching strays. But he catches the perfectly thrown ball that time. Really, this is the air that Hamilton puts underneath it. Looks off the safety, even off his back foot, gives enough time for Carswell to make H3 Frazier have to get on his back foot paddle. I don't know, man.
On this play,
you gotta cover better than that.
I would have Sterry Codrington on Carswell on this play, but right here, just because of the height alone of Carswell, just that timeout.
Or run stoppers. Let's see what they do with the pass.
In motion, the screen. Clark
there's the rocket
gets the
screen again.
And that one is a slip, a slide. Bagway has to get on his bicycle. Can he stop Clark? He can. Touchdown, Insomniacs. It's an 8-point lead for the defending champions. And one more time, one quick play turns this one into a track meet.
Well, and it was the defensive alignment for BIC. Yes, it's nice to say Ole Bell, Big Mo, Kevin White, and Deontay Henderson with Rashad Knight in the box. But Matt Riddick gets that tiny block from in the rocket screen, and on a shorter field, David Clark is able to convert that easy throw into 6 for his team. I'm not sure why they're starting the play at the
10, 12, 16. Left in the 3rd quarter. Robinson, no. Codrington gets it to Campbell, and for the 4th time today, KK rocks him to sleep. Another touchdown for the BIC. But I'd say, wake up, darling. It ain't time for bed yet. We gotta get more on the board.
Kason Campbell gets a little bit more space on that slant. The ball is just, this is the play that set up the touchdown. Look how wide open on the miscommunication because of the bunch. Forces what should have been man coverage, but now Danye Lyons is forced to switch really late on a wide open Kason Campbell. Sterry Codrington's been able to get that all day, but here, just a great catch in the face of a tip.
The BIC will look to tie.
No, they're only going for
32-32 is your score. First and goal. Bagway. No one covering Mark Bagway. Bagway in motion. Bagway will keep it. Bagway looks for an option. Mark Bagway tosses it back to Sterry Codrington, and Codrington will break the tie, and the BIC will get on the board one more time. 38-32, and you never thought you'd see a play like that in the championship. Bagway getting it from Codrington back to Codrington.
Yeah, kids at home, let's just start by saying this is bad fundamental football for Mark Bagway. Ball is not secure. That's a fumble risk.
I want them to run the replay back. I'm sorry, but when we go back to that point, Bagway ran so fast, Corey, he knocked the mouthpiece out of Sterry's mouth.
And Sterry's so fast that he was able to get it back in his mouth before the end of the play. But he's down 7.
Codrington snaps the ball, rolls out, throws it. Can he get there? Courage Mosey into the end zone. Touchdown! The man that calls himself the GOAT puts the mask on one more time to cross the 45-yard point Rubicon. First man not named Kason Campbell to score today for the BIC. Touchdown, Trent.
The play is made because the Insomniacs actually made the adjustment. They did a great job of covering the crossing routes from the wide receivers, but they forgot to keep an eye on the tight end leaking out of the backfield. Courage hasn't leaked out yet, does it at the perfect time, and an emphatic slam to take.
And watch
what now?
He made sure. Hamilton throws this one deep downfield. Clark gets there. Touchdown, Insomniacs.
And that's the risk you take. One-on-one coverage of David Clark. Perfect throw from Scott Hamilton. Great way to bounce back. after the previous throw was an interception on the same matchup. That time him past Matt Reddick.
And this is where the championship points come into play, Corey. David Clark with his third touchdown of the day.
And he's done it on the fades, he's done it on the rocket screens, but what he's done is take advantage of the one-on-one coverage when the passes have been there, and that time, the one-on-one goes to play, at least on this drive, Matt.
Campbell in motion. The snap, Codrington throws this one to Riddick. Riddick pulls it in. Touchdown, BIC.
Matt Riddick with the interceptions. Now Matt Riddick with the post up top. Touchdown. The explosive speed and past the defense for the score on fourth down. Great throw from Sterrick Codrington. Better route and catch from Matt Riddick.
And watch here again on the replay, Lash and Tally.
The key is here, for the first time most of this game, Cunningham is stopped from getting penetration, and the ball is thrown perfectly.
And he had KK there too, but he saw the touchdown, wanted to go for the 6. Makes it, increases the lead, gets the